welcome to our live streaming on CGTN. Well, if you have been watching our closely, you will know that this time for our special coverage on China's political system for the two sessions, we have a special setup at this mobile studio. Because every year during the two sessions, the NPC deputies as well as CPPCC members usually have a very tight schedule. So this year, we have this mobile studio to pick them up at their hotel that they're staying and then send them to the group of the people. And on this way to the group of the people, we usually interview NPC deputies as well as CPPCC members to listen to their opinions, insights, and also inputs about China's future development. And so who is on our show today? Now, let's take a look. Hi, hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
So hello there. Now I'm on our mobile studio, the special setup for CGTN to cover this year's two sessions, China's this year's most important political event. And now joining me in our mobile studio are two gentlemen. They are both CPPCC members, and this gentleman is Dr. Wang Ningli. He's the director of Beijing Tongren Eye Center, and this is Dr. Laishun, and he's the Secretary General of Chinese Museum Association. So thank you so much for joining us, gentlemen. Both of you are doctors, medical doctor and a doctor. So thank you so much. So I know that both of you are first-time CPPCC members. So tell us a little bit more and share with us, our viewers, about how does it feel to be a CPPCC member this time?
Yeah, of course, that is a big honor for me, but I think also is a big responsibility for me. So I have to think the things on the national level. So not just to give the suggestions. You have to do something to get the, something in details and make very good suggestions to the government.
Right, exactly.
So that is quite different. For me, I think it's one kind of challenge.
Yeah, I agree. It's an honor, and sometimes it can be a pressure, and also it can be challenging. Because I interviewed Mr. Huo Qigang, Kenneth Falk, the other day, and he said because he used to be a CPPCC member on in the Tianjin committee. So maybe at that time it was more about the regional level issues, and then this time he was elected, as he said, as the national member, which focused on more general, the overall picture.
Yeah, you have to think something on the national level.
Yeah. It's a much bigger picture. Higher level. So do you share the same feeling with Dr. Wang?
Yes, exactly. I do share what Dr. Wang has written mentioned. It is an honor, of course, but also responsibilities, obligations. So it provides us with the opportunity to discuss the top political, economical, social issues. So especially when we were discussing the government report made by our Prime Minister, we feel impressive, and we feel challenging, and we feel confidential. So that's
right. So there are a lot of panel discussions, right? So, and I know because you're one of the world's leading eye doctor, and you're in the medical group. So, and along with you in this panel discussions are some other doctors from different area of medical services. So, what is your proposal mainly about for this year's session?
Yeah, we have very big, large population in China, and also we have the large number of the blindness people in China too.
Right.
So, as an estimation, we have totally 8 million blind people in China. That is 1/5 of the number of the whole world. So that is big challenges for the doctors, eye doctors. So fortunately, 8% of this blindness causing disease is preventable. So my proposal is, should we start early detection, early screenings for the blindness causing eye disease? Just as some kind of a chronic systemic disease, hypertension and diabetes.
Right.
So that is my proposal.
Your proposal, and because I don't know that you have a close connection with some other international institutions in other countries like the United States and Europe, and also you have traveled frequently to many rural areas in China and also in Africa. So do you think the proposal that you raised about reducing this blindness through the early screening, early protection can be shared someday to other countries in the world?
So in Asia Pacific regions, just like India, Bangladesh, the country like that.
Sorry, I have to interrupt you here because we will have another TV live for this session, so I have to answer this.
Great Hall of the People. Hello there, Zhou Yun. What have you got for us?
Hello there, we're now heading to the Great Hall of the People, as you said, and we're now in our mobile studio, this special setup for this year's coverage of China's political season. And joining me in this mobile studio are two gentlemen. They are also CPPCC members. This is Dr. Wang Ningli, and he's the director of Beijing Tongren Eye Center, and this is Dr. Laishun, and he's the Secretary General of Chinese Museum Association. So thank you so much for joining, and I'm sure, gentlemen, and both of you are doctors, so thank you so much. Oh, Dongying, I think we use just one word to summarize today this year's two sessions. I think the word is new, because China now is entering the new session, and there are a lot of new elements that are coming along with this new era. For instance, the new leadership lineup that we're expecting to see after NPC's election and appointment, as well as the new amendments to the Constitution and the new policies and reforms. And also joining me today, the two members, they are the new CPPCC members. And we also know that China is rising its role on the world stage. So how could their proposals make a difference to not only China but also the world? Well, let's take a listen. Dr. Wang, I know you're the world's top leading eye doctor, and your proposal is about reducing China's blindness through early screening. So tell us a little bit more about your proposal, and how can that be better contribute to maybe other countries?
Yeah, for the eye disease, especially the blindness causing disease, 80% of this kind of disease that is preventable.
Right.
So we need the early detections, early screenings in China. So this is one kind of experience we take from the other advanced countries. And I hope when we got the experience, also some kind of developing countries can learn from us. So first things, the government should put our plan, the missions on the national plan. And then we can start with the NGO and the other forces, resources from the society's support.
Gotcha. And also, Dr. An, I know you've been doing museum research for so many years, and we know museum is actually one of the best and ideal platform for the outside world to have a better understanding about China's rich history, its culture, and its rich heritage. So how do you think China's image can be better promoted to the outside world, and how can the world have a better understanding about China through the approach of museums?
Yes, for China, museums and cultural heritage are part of our soft power. Museums are public spaces for people to know themselves better, to know where they are from, and where they are heading to. But internationally, cultural heritage is not only national, not only Chinese. Right. It is universal. So museum can provide a unique, a significant platform for mutual cultural understanding, to respect each other and to share their feelings and to promote a harmonious world. This is what I'm thinking.
Well, thank you so much. And although they're from different sectors, one is from medical services, the other from museum, but I think there's one thing that they share in common is the vision. One is about the real vision that's about improving the eyesight. The other is about how China could improve, how the world view China, and how China could promote its image on this world stage. And there are a lot of domestic issues that are now concerning China, and also China's role on the world stage, where China is heading to. And there are a lot of questions that we're still waiting for the answer. But there's one question that I can answer, is where are we heading to right now? Is we're on the China venue, and we're heading to the Great Hall of the People for the closing session of the CPPCC, and we're sending our two CPPCC members there. So we'll bring you more updates later. Dongying.
Thank you very much. Follow us on our social media platforms.
So, yeah, so that's it of our TV Live. I'll just continue our discussion on the social platform. So, and also for our viewers who's watching us, remember to follow us on CGTN app, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and more platforms. So how was it? How was the TV? How was the TV Live? How do you feel? Excited? The one that we just did? Nervous?
Yes.
It's different.
Yeah.
Not really, but just a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So sorry, because I interrupted you before. So you were talking about your frequent trip to those underdeveloped areas as well as countries. So yeah, tell us a little bit more about your way of improving their eyesight and also the medical services in those areas.
Yes, I traveled a lot to the developing countries like the Bangladesh, India, Nepal, some country like this. In these countries, most of the blindness prevention works is supported by the NGO, and that is quite different from the South Asia countries and China. Because China, the blindness prevention, most of the work is the money is from the government. The NGO just a small part of the contributions for the blindness prevention. So that is quite different. One is in the government level to do some things, to put the money, to put the human resources to support the blindness prevention. But in some countries, most of the money and the human resources is from the NGO. That is quite different.
Yeah, I agree. It's a totally different system, but it could somehow work. Also, very briefly for you, for the last question, is how do you think China's image and China's stories can be better set? Because now there are still so many misunderstandings about China, but there's also increasing curiosity about China.
Yes, that is that's what I said. The special value for cultural heritage and the museum, because cultural heritage corporation, the museum exhibitions can go beyond the political limitations to link the people together based on their own histories, cultures, which can be shared all over the world.
Right. Thank you so much to you gentlemen and also to CPPCC members for joining us today. And that's it from us on the go of CGTN's special coverage of China's political season, the 2 sessions. And thank you so much for joining us today. And also remember to follow us on CGTN app, YouTube, Twitter, and more platforms. Thank you so much and have a good day.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too.